Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
Muy buenas, bienvenido a este nuevo canal, nueva emisión. Vamos a ir cambiando un poquito. Venga, vamos a poner esta cara, cabello. Este tiene una coleta, ¿no? A ver. Tía. Vamos a dejar este, ¿vale? Vamos a ponernos esta perilla así. ¿Me pongo este pelo ahí o no? Y venga, me lo voy a poner. La ceja. Y así. Color de la piel blanquito, ¿no? Venga, así. Color del pelo. Ahí está bien. Color de los ojos más pardo, ¿no? Guerrera, técnica. Vamos con las guerreras, ¿vale? Me gusta el tema guerrero. Vamos a darle guerrero. Luego dice... Te dice que en guerrero la habilidad es fuerza y constitución, atributos recomendados y los talentos recomendados, artesanía y vigor, ¿vale? Muy bien, pues yo voy con resistencia y constitución, que es la que me interesa. Voy a meterme fuerza. O me meto salud. Aturdir daño. Voy a meterme fuerza, ¿vale? Voy a meter fuerza. Y luego me puedo meter voluntad, precisión, agilidad, fuerza, constitución, ¿vale? Y carisma, ciencia, fuerza, cerradura. Mira, artesanía y vigor, ¿vale? Pues me voy a meter vigor. ¿Quieres crear este personaje? Quiero crearlo. Venga, vamos allá.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He's of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Teleme and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I
sorry.
must be going.
Adiós, adiós, amigo.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish this.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Muy bien. Le he intentado así dar un toque muy español, ¿no? De la época, ¿no? Es un juego así como de época, es de Spider, ¿no? De los creadores de Steel Racing, ¿no? Recientemente he jugado Steel Racing. Voy a subir el resto de boss que me quedaban pendientes. Y el final también. Al igual que el final del GTA V, lo tenía pendiente. Y alguna cosilla más, ¿vale? Como he dicho, el juego de Spider, creador de Steel Racing, es un RPG de acción y fantasía, ¿no? Y vamos dándole poquito a poco a ver qué tal. Este lo tenía yo en la consola básica, en la One. Pero la verdad que no iban muy bien. No iban muy bien. Y yo creo que por eso los del Steel Racing no llegaron ni siquiera a sacar en la One, las consolas básicas en PlayStation 4 y en One, el Steel Racing, ¿vale? La verdad que se ve bastante bien. No es un triple A, pero bueno. Por lo que se ve de momento va bien. Decía también bienvenida al nuevo canal que dije que iba a hacer directamente a través de YouTube. Canal en el que voy a empezar a subir pues, vídeos de juegos que siempre me han gustado o que quería jugar. Sobre todo muchos juegos medievales, muchísimos. Aunque voy a jugar de todo un poco. Y voy a hacer directos, pero muy poco directos, ¿vale? Mi objetivo es subir mi contenido y ya está. Ni siquiera sin necesidad de crear ninguna comunidad. Y no busco eso, ¿vale? No lo buscaba antes en Twitch y tampoco lo busco ahora. Así que vamos a comenzar.
Hey! Green blood! Cut. And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting
El combate es complicadillo en el sentido de que hay varios comandos a los que te tienes que ir acostumbrando.
I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
A ver. Ataca. Principal. Y ahora le toca esquivar, que es A y bloqueo. Que vaya viaje. Aquí me va a ganar, seguro. Me va a ganar. Pero bueno. Vaya atajo. Utiliza la furia. A ver si le ganamos. No lo creo, pero bueno. Coño, que le ganamos y todo. Hostia, qué tajo. Tengo que seleccionar pociones, ¿no? Poción de salud. Usar. Asignar, vale. Te dice que lo asigne. Vale. Cuidado. Venga, vamos ya. Toma.
You defend yourself well, Greenblood. One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
Muy bien, vamos a repasar los conceptos básicos. Venga, sí.
I would be up for that. A little last-minute training couldn't hurt.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
Venga, pues es que... Armas de fuego. Joder. No me acordaba yo de esto. Armas de fuego. Armas de fuego aquí. ¿Asignar? Sí. Tengo que asignarla. Vamos a ponerla ahí. Bien, perfecto. Y ahora dice, puedo asignar tus habilidades a uno de los grupos de atajos. Vale. ¿Qué más hay por aquí? Técnica. Luz. Luz. No, harto. Luz. La luz la voy a poner ahí, ¿vale? Tía. A disparar 2 veces, vale. Que no me he dado la... Coño, me he puesto la poción, tío. Dispara 2 veces a tu oponente, vale, ya lo he dicho. Armadura. A nivel de armadura física se muestran los escudos, vale. Cambiar de arma equipada. Ah. A ver, cambiar de arma equipada. ¿Qué arma, tío? Híplate un arma pesada para destruir con eficacia armadura. Cambiar de arma equipada, RB. Ah, vale. Coño. Hostia. Dios. Fíjate que los marques, no me dejan marcarlos, coño. Hostia. Toma. Dios. Buena, buena, buena ahí. Golpe sencillo, furia. Ah, vale, la furia. He usado la furia, pero bueno. Oye. Es que se mueven mucho los cabrones, ¿eh? Utilizar furia. Ahora voy. Esta vez se la cargo entera. Toma. Toma. Desequilibrado. Toma. ¡Hostia! Úsala con este. Toma, por armadura. Puedes enfundar, mantener. Vale, para enfundarla.
It appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little.
Dice que puede entrenar los
You're not angry
cuarteles
that
de
I'm
la
coming
isla.
with you, I hope.
Varios cuarteles. Mostrarle lo feliz.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilion are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now.
Muy bien.
She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
Reúnete con Kurt enfrente del palacio. Vale, pues... También quería decir que este juego tiene un DLC. Sacaron un DLC del juego, ¿vale? Yo lo tengo. Lo jugaremos más adelante, pero primero la historia. Vamos a ir con la historia. Y luego ya más adelante pues jugaremos al DLC.
What is this?
La madre.
Have you not been taught to knock?
Parece que tiene
1,000 times.
peste o algo así, vamos.
It's you, my dear child.
Algún tipo de enfermedad tiene, ¿vale?
I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission.
La banda sonora es muy buena, como podéis escuchar.
Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here. Take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
La marca de la cara guarda algún tipo de relación con la isla, vamos, que vamos a visitar. Y yo tengo entendido que este juego es como si fuese, digamos, filosóficamente hablando, como una oda a la naturaleza, ¿no? Como si fuese un avatar, ¿no? Como la película esta de Avatar, que en sí lo que guarda es un sentimiento hacia lo que es la naturaleza, la preservación de la naturaleza, ¿no? Pues yo creo que este juego, creo, no lo sé, mismo me equivoco, pero creo que va también por ahí, por ese camino, ¿vale? Y por cierto, el tema de la marca que tiene en la cara, que se le ve en el lado izquierdo, pues guarda relación pues con eso. Fijaros, tío, lo que a mí me gusta, que es ver este tipo de cosas. Y aquí te agachas y las construcciones, la ambientación, que me parece buenísima, vamos, buenísima. Y luego el juego pues tendrá sus cosillas, evidentemente.
Kurt?
Pero es muy bueno, ¿eh?
Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Muy bien, organización del equipo, ¿vale? Te habla, dice, añadir al equipo. Yo voy a poner que sí, ¿no? Compañero en el equipo. Venga, sí, ¿no? Venga, vamos a confirmarlo, ¿no? Misión principal, misión secundaria, ¿vale? Tengo que hablar con Kurt por algo. Si alguna vez se sintió solo.
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
Quería saberte hecho compañía durante toda esta años.
And what if I said yes?
Well, I'd be grateful, I suppose. But sadly, Greenblood, you're not quite my type. Anything else?
Muy bien. Vámonos, ¿no? Aquí, ¿no? Marcharse.
I must leave you.
El malo del juego en sí, entre comillas, que no está en castellano, no está doblado al castellano. Pero fijaros, tío, madre mía, esta ambientación me recuerda a un Assassin's Creed, tío. Así viendo esto así, de joder, parece un Assassin's Creed. Pero no, ni mucho menos. Pero que ya veis, gráficamente está súper guapo, ¿eh? Y se ve muy pulido la armadura, los trajes. Podéis interactuar con la gente, ¿vale? Pues correr era... Ah, vale, aquí. Aquí era correr, vale. Y esto era agacharse. Sí. Por lo tanto tendrá sigilo. O podrá actuar con sigilo. Ese que hace ahí. Ahí sale el embajador. Vale, puedo ver el mapa de la región manteniendo pulsado. Muy bien. Y hay que ir aquí, que es secundaria, ¿no? ¿Y esto qué era? No, la secundaria es esta. Esta era la secundaria, ¿no? Vamos a ver, misiones. Venga, vámonos. Ve al de la izquierda, ¿vale? Ve a este. Primero. Puño. Hostia. Hostia. Buena. Buenísima. Buena. Vale. Saqueamos moneda. Sombrero de bandido. Cogerlo todo. Vamos a cogerlo. Abrir el inventario. Pestaña, vale. Para ir sacando cositas, ¿no? Vale. Sombrero de bandido, monedas de oro. Muy bien. Tiene nivel 1, ¿no? A ver. Espera que me estoy colando, que hay aquí. Aquí. A ver.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it. And perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith.
Vale.
We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet. And give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides
Una época en la que había magia,
and
¿vale?
grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
Muy bien.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints. That heresy is tolerated, and that your
Que
treaties
toleran la herejía, dice.
are maintained.
Muy bien. Hay que reconocer que de este juego se podría sacar una película perfectamente, vamos.
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult, disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
Muy bien. Vamos a poner todos los textos, ¿vale?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front, without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
Muy bien. Bueno, vamos ya, ¿no?
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
Hay que reconocer que
Guide you, Desade.
la ropa de esa época antigua era bestial, tío. Era unas cazadoras, tío. Una chaqueta guapísima, ¿eh? La bota era típica de las películas de espadachines, ¿no? También que se ven. Las botas eran típicas, vamos. Los sombreros bestiales. Un sombrero de eso era enorme. Y no eran sombreros malos, eran sombreros de calidad, de absoluta calidad. Has descubierto la plaza de los príncipes. Vamos a ver el mapa. Tú hay que ir a por estos tíos también, ¿vale? Negocia y esto. Encuentra al contrabandista. Y este que tenemos que hacerlo ahora, ¿no? Venga, vamos ya por esta, a ver si me deja. Seren. ¿Estos van a luchar o qué? No. Avisa al embajador. Sí, el
Your
embajador.
Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself, but you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean.
Tenga cuidado.
Be careful.
Muy bien. Preguntar sobre. Vamos a preguntar un poquito, ¿vale? La Alianza del
Would
Puente.
you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Saad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors, but our ancestors quickly realized that the Union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Muy bien. Su relación con la congregación de
Could you give me your
mercaderes.
understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
Irfrede.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and
Muy bien.
crude people also live there.
Me está diciendo todo lo que hay en la isla, todo lo que nos vamos a encontrar en la isla en la que vamos a ir.
You shall discover
Vale.
all of this for yourself soon enough.
Ya lo descubrirás tú mismo, dice.
And what of your war with Ptolemy?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tirfredi.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Ptolemy has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
Muy bien. Pues nada, vamos a marcharnos de aquí. Vamos a intentar hacer todas las secundarias que pueda. ¿Vale?
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Lord de Sade, señor de Sade. Bueno, vámonos de aquí. El objetivo no es en sí el explorar la habitación o la casa en sí, ¿vale? Ese no es el objetivo. Presentarse al capitán Vasco. Vamos a ver, aquí había... A esta... Encuentra al charlatán, que se supone que está por aquí, ¿no?
Citizens, I present to you
El alquimista.
Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malicor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malicor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malicor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malicor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take 2.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone. There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with it?
Se enmascara.
Finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Pedir una
You
demostración.
drink one of your potions to prove your good faith.
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Sí que he robado una de las pociones, tío. ¿Cómo que hay que robar una de sus pociones, entendido? No entiendo.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I will think about it.
As you wish, but don't wait long. It won't last forever.
Vale, ¿dónde tiene la carreta, tío? La tiene ahí, ¿no? ¿Dónde se supone que tenemos que ir? A ver.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
A ver, ¿tengo que hablar con este?
Greenblood, do you need something?
No.
I must leave.
Sí, hay que robarle una de sus pociones. A ver si hay que ir por detrás. A ver. Tú ves, había que ir. Coño. Ya, vaya hostia. Le tengo que mejorar, ¿eh? Y me equivoco de botones, tío. Me equivoco de botones. Mira, cogerlo todo. Aquí está la poción de él, ¿no? Es que tendremos que ir a por la carreta, ¿no? O algo así, ¿no? Carta del tabernero a la sirviente. Libro de investigación alquímico, tío. Aquí está, ¿no? Antídoto del charlatán. Vale. A ver qué hay por aquí. Nada, no puedo hacer ahí nada. ¿Esto de la luz qué es? ¿Esto qué es? Una luz que tengo aquí, ¿no? Vale, la luz se enciende y se apaga, ¿no? Sí, se enciende y se apaga, ¿veis? Vale. Hostia. Me coge todo, ¿vale? Luego supongo que me podré cambiar de traje, ¿no? Que podré mejorarlo. Venga, vamos a por el charlatán. Yo sabía que había que dar la vuelta, había que hacer algo aquí. No era normal. Venga, vamos a ver. Mostrar el remedio que vende.
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found.
Escapado, ¿no?
We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Pues nada, para entrar por aquí el charlatán, ¿no? Vamos a verlo en el mapa, a ver si está marcado. Hostia, el charlatán está aquí. Encuentra el charlatán, ha sido la taberna. Qué cabrón, vámonos. Queda una taberna. Venga, vámonos. Y por cierto, la taberna está por este lado. Aquí enfrente, ¿no? Estaba la taberna. Ahí está el charlatán. Esto me van a atacar cuando salga, ya verás.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
Preguntar sobre el charlatán, ¿no?
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Tirfredi.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man trees live there.
Hombres árbol, dragones y criaturas gigantes.
Under every rock. And the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there. Last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
Por cierto, de este juego ya hay una segunda parte en desarrollo, ¿vale? Y se me había olvidado decirlo.
They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People are still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Yeah, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
Su negocio.
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
Muy bien, vámonos, ¿no?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Vale, te dice que hables con él, pero no es aquí realmente, ¿no? ¿Es aquí realmente donde yo quería ir? ¿O no? No, tío, me he equivocado. Pero no, me he equivocado. ¿Y esto qué es? Yo no lo he hecho. Pues se va un poquito... Vamos a ver. Aquí no es, tío. Me voy a bajar un momentito a ver qué hay aquí. Me da la opción de entrar aquí, pero... Estos quieren luchar contra mí, seguro, vamos. Usar mesa de trabajo, ¿eh? Taller, la artesanía te permite mejorar armas y armaduras, va. A ver, hostia, qué guapo, este es superior, ¿no? Calidad. Ah, vale. Puedo yo ir mejorando y cositas, ¿no? Vale, no tengo esa opción. Vale. Muy bien, de momento vamos a dejarlo así, ¿vale? De momento.
The merchant is there. To my help, and death to the others!
Yo. Vale. Perfecto. Oh, quiero todo. A ver, ¿dónde voy? Vamos a ver, ¿dónde voy? ¿Esto qué es? Negocio del comerciante. Ya vamos a ir. Vamos a ir para allá, ¿vale? ¿Qué hay aquí?
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. and I'm only obeying orders.
Muy bien, pedir más instrucciones, preguntar sobre los
Why
mercaderes.
don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Vale.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Que tiene un mandoble bestial,
Stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
Amenazar con la cárcel. Hostia. Mira, voy a intentar amenazarlo con la
I
cárcel.
don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord.
Éxito, vale, perfecto.
I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Dice, informa al contramaestre. Vamos a ver. Aquí. Parte de la moneda. Informa al contramaestre. Ya, vamos. Vámonos recto por aquí, ¿vale? Me he equivocado. Me he equivocado un momento. Vámonos por aquí. Venga, vámonos por aquí. Contramaestre estaba aquí, sí. Por aquí era, ¿no? Vale. El charlatán, ¿no? Puede ser que fuera este el sitio del charlatán. No. Contramaestre, sí.
Sir de Sardet, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes. We were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news.
Excelente news. Excelentes noticias.
Completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Encuentra la forma de mover la carga hasta el poder. Vamos a hacer la secundaria, ¿vale? De momento nos vamos a ir a la isla, ¿vale? Vamos a hacer todo lo que podamos, porque tampoco tengo prisa. Quiero disfrutar del juego, ya os digo. Vamos a la derecha y para abajo. Vale. Vamos a ir por el charlatán, ¿no? Bueno, el charlatán no estaba aquí. Pues sí. Mi marca, tío. Como que aquí hay algo, ¿eh? Como misión principal. Un momento, a ver. ¿Qué cojones había aquí, tío? Que de misión principal. Encuentra el contrabandista. El contrabandista está abajo. Aquí no es, tío. Aquí no es. ¿Qué será luego? Contrabandista es más... Estos quieren luchar conmigo, ¿eh? Almacén antiguo. Aquí está el contrabandista, por aquí. No, me lo he pasado. Me encuentra el charlatán, tío, en la taberna. Te dice que está en la taberna, ¿no? Ahora sí me la marca como charlatán. Antes me parecía como si fuera una misión principal, ¿a que sí? No, me la marca como una principal, tío.
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's relatives?
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Se habla con el transeúnte. El charlatán tiene que estar aquí abajo por cojones, ¿no, tío?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
There are some days when you'd rather get drunk all day than have to suffer through this again.
¿Está aquí el charlatán? Se ha metido este tío, colega. Aquí no está el charlatán, tío. Tío, esto es súper grande, tío. Madre mía. Cerrado. Dice, no puedes forzar. Usar llave. ¿Tengo llave? No. Usar llave. No tengo la llave. Vale. No tengo la llave tampoco, vale. Tendremos que subir arriba, ¿no? Encuentra el charlatán. Mira lo que hay aquí. Llave del almacén. Tío, aquí vamos a quedar. No puedo forzar. No tengo... Vale. Vale, vale. Un poquito ortopédico, tío, el movimiento. ¿Veis? La cámara se vuelve un poquito loca cuando anda. Pero bueno, gráficamente está... Mira el charlatán, tío.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist.
A ver qué nos cuenta este.
Leave me after all that. But I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Muy bien, preguntar por la obsesión.
I was unfortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy. to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred.
Muy bien, preguntar por las pociones que
Are you not
vende.
ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder. That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
Muy bien. Vamos a salir de la ciudad, ¿vale?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Bien, vamos a ir cogiendo cositas, como por ejemplo esta carta, alquimista Balsad. Vamos a ir a ver un momentito.
Did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
No, not yet.
Vale.
I've taken a long...
Vamos a abrir la puerta de abajo. ¿Qué tenemos que abrir con eso? Por eso tenemos que abrir las puertas de abajo, ¿vale? Entiendo que hay que hacerlo así. ¿Esto se abre? No se abre. Tendremos que abrir la puerta de aquí de abajo, que estaba cerrada, ¿no? Voy a usar la llave. ¡Ah! La llave del... Vale, ya está esto abierto. Vale. Coño, aquí hay... tío. Vale, de puta madre. A ver, si le doy a la luz ahora... Vale, qué mierda, no sé. Ah, sí, se ve. Se ve muy poquito, pero se ve. Voy a borrar, voy a quitarla, ¿vale? Venga, a ver, esta... Llave del tabernero. Venga, vámonos. Escorta charlatán. Tenemos que ir a por él. Tiene secundarias, ¿vale? Y principales. Después de... Estos juegos que tienen tantas misiones, que la gente pues suele tirar para principales y se ha acabado. Pero siempre que puedo hacer alguna secundaria que sea interesante, porque tengo entendido que el juego tiene una secundaria que están bastante bien y que no son nada repetitivas, así que... No te alejes de las personas, ¿vale? Porque se va a empezar a escoltar a este tío. Por lo tanto, no te puedo alejar de él. Venga, pues vamos para abajo. Venga, vámonos para abajo. Hay que salir por la puerta esta, entiendo, ¿no? ¿De qué habrá que luchar? Hostia, escucha eso. A ver, ¿dónde hay que llevar a este tío? Lo primero, vamos a ver. ¿Dónde hay que llevarlo? Dice, escoltar charlatán hasta aquí. Hostia, realmente sería mejor salir por la otra puerta, no dar toda esta vuelta, ¿no? Que nos va a sacar por aquí. Vamos a luchar contra todo Dios. Ah, no, fíjate. Espérate, está cerrado. Ah, por esa puerta, ¿no? Hostia, que es un sitio de enfermos. Hostia, no se puede abrir la hostia. Ya decía yo, ¿por qué llevan esas caretas? Es que así es como escalar. ¿Podemos escalar todo?
Angry customers. And we have no choice but to go this way. To my help. And death to the others.
¡Qué joda, tío! No te vayas, tío. ¿Dónde vas? Quieto. ¿Dónde coño vas? ¿Y eso qué? Se subió de nivel. Vale, es un juego donde hay magia, ¿vale? Donde se entiende que hay magia. Venga, vámonos para acá. Nos van a salir muchos más, seguro, vamos. Nos van a salir muchos. ¿Eso qué es, tío? Habilidades. Ah, mira. Un árbol de habilidades, vale, ya tengo. De momento no voy a hacer nada, ¿vale? De momento. Eso. Vale, hay que subir por este lado. Venga, seguimos. ¿Vale? Mira, aquí hay algo más. Hongo yesquero. Protect me. Cuidado, cuidado. Ahí, que me lo matan, tío, que me lo matan. Cuidado, ¿Veis qué locura que a veces con la cámara? Quiere hacer algo y no lo hace. Pero bueno. Oh, guante de médico, ¿no? Vamos, ¿ves por aquí? Sí, bueno, vamos por aquí. Tengo también la opción de pegar unos tiritos, No se me había... Vale, es por aquí directamente. Venga, a tu garromoto, tío.
Greenblood, do you need something?
No, espérate. Hay que llevarlo por detrás. Hay que llevarlo por detrás. Ahí está.
Finally. I owe you my life. How can I ever thank you?
Just do us the favor of never coming back. And stop this deceitful commerce.
Have no worries about that. I'm not going to forget this lesson anytime soon.
Move along now. Get out of here while there's still time.
Would you accept this as a token of my gratitude? Farewell, my lord.
Muy bien. Informar al embajador de la Alianza. Volver, venga. Directamente. Ya te deja volver.
Lord de Sade.
Habla del charlatán.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated.
Encubrir la huida del alquimista, enfrentarte a él por su mentira. Venga.
Why should I deliver him to you? You deliberately hid the truth about him from me.
What? Might I remind you that you're in audience with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance?
And you to a legate of the Congregation of Merchants, that you treat like an imbecile. This man is indeed an alchemist of the Bridge, and he told me much about your disagreement of opinion.
And of course you sided with him.
Certainly not. I have no part to play in your quarrels. I just chased him from our city. Now, if you're still intent on placing him in irons, you need to capture him on your own lands.
How embarrassing.
Hostia, me ha quitado reputación.
Your regard. Please accept my excuses. And this modest gift for the voyage that awaits you.
Yeah.
To be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Hostia, ese ya... tía, no sé si lo he hecho bien, ¿eh? Goodbye, goodbye, adiós. No sé si lo he hecho bien ahí. Ahí me he creado ahí una enemistad, creo, ¿eh? Me ha quitado de reputación, hijo de puta, ¿eh? Vale, esto ya está hecho. ¿Ya ni nada más secundario? A ver. Este es mi equipo, ¿no? Vale, vamos a ver. 19, sable oxidado y el martillo, ¿vale? Esto es lo que tengo por aquí. El martillo, ¿vale? La pistolita es lo que tengo. De momento, por ahí el comercio ese, ¿sabes qué hay? ¿No? Ah, el colega también lo puedo... A ver, en la cabeza tengo algo más. Sombre, filtro usado. Calidad 15. 12. 12, vale, el que tengo es el mejor. Collar de... ¿Cómo? Resistencia al veneno me ofrece. Espalda, no tengo nada en la espalda, vale. No tengo nada. Atuendo de viaje tengo. Ya. Constitución no tengo. No lo puedo llevar, ¿no? Vale, no puedo llevarlo, pero esta es mejor. Hostia, qué guapa está, ¿eh? Wow, qué guapa está, ¿eh? Hostia, 31. No joder, de médico. 31, 23. También está guapo. Resistencia a la magia. Resistencia al veneno. Ya tengo un collar que me ofrece resistencia al veneno. Pues esto me lo va a mejorar aún más. Y tengo las botas. Tengo botas mejores. Resistencia al veneno, ¿no? 23. Tío, pues ahora tengo resistencia al veneno. Con lo cual creo que... no está mal, ¿vale? Vamos ya así con resistencia al veneno. A ver, ¿y aquí qué tengo? Poción de maná. Munición. Antídoto. Anillo de plata. Vale. Podríamos ir... Podríamos hacer una cosa. Aquí había... Un momentito. Aquí había un comercio, exactamente. Aquí había un comercio, un mercader. Y ahí hay otro. Bueno, vamos ya al mercader, ¿vale? A ver si puedo comprar algo. Este. A ver qué le puedo comprar. ¿Qué puedo ayudar? A ver, comprar. Coño. Costó que... Necesito agilidad, no puedo llevarla. Hostia. Arma pesada a 2 manos. Magia. Tío, un espadón cojonudo. Un alfanje, como es como un bracamarte, bro, así. 27. Anillo de novicio. Tía. A ver, munición tengo, pistola múltiple. Esta mete 10. Sombrero viejo. Chiste guapo, tío. Resistencia al veneno. Un tricornio. Tío, de verdad que puedo llevar cosas muy guapas. Objetos de misión, talco metálico. Taco metálico, botella de brandy. ¿Objetos de la misión? ¿Sí? ¿Seguro? Sombrero explorador. Habilidad de botín. Resistencia al veneno, armadura. Si tiene más todavía. Vamos a ver un momentito. Un momentito. Encuentra al contrabandista. Mercancía. A ver, ¿dónde está esto? A ver, ¿esto dónde está? Vale, es que aquí es más secundaria, ¿eh? Espérate. Diario. Encuentra al contrabandista. Vale, está ahí también. Vale, vámonos por este tío. Todavía hay muchas más secundarias, que no he hecho, Venga, vámonos. Es el capitán vasco, ¿no? Yo voy a por el contrabandista, ¿vale? Zonas controladas por otras facciones. Vale, tengo que entrar por aquí. No, por aquí no es. Espérate, a ver. Espérate, es que había otra misión. ¿Dónde están las misiones? Un momentito. ¿Dónde está? Está en el mismo sitio, tío. Le dice que... ¿Cómo coño se baja ahí, tío? A ver, bien se lo ve. Mira lo que hay aquí. Rúsula. Es una seta, ¿no? Rúsula, ¿no? Cuidado con este. No te digo. Vamos. Reputación, me han quitado reputación. ¿Por qué, tío? ¿Por qué? No entiendo. ¿Por qué me han quitado reputación? ¿He atacado a alguien que no debería haber atacado o qué? ¿Me he metido en un sitio donde no debería estar? Vámonos de aquí. ¿Aquí es por aquí? Barrio del Puerto. ¿Eh? Está ahí abajo, coño. Vale, saquear, mira. A ver. Más brío, marineros. Que vaya cara tiene el pavo,
You man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sade, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Un barco, no un bote.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure, like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen.
Pero qué ropa más guapa, tío. Unas hebillas, tío, bestiales.
Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me?
Las cazadoras son bestiales, vamos. Y las chaquetas, tío. La aparición de los nautas. Investiga la desaparición de los novatos nautas.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Evitar tal información, ¿vale? Vamos a evitarlo. No la liemos.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of
Una pareja de herejes.
The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nauts. No one else may enter.
Vale. Sobre el grumete.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Vale.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Pedir ayuda con la
I
mercancía.
have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurd. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office.
Vale. Tenemos que ir a que piden el puerto los nautas.
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
Tirfredi es la isla donde vamos, ¿vale?
Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Muy bien, vámonos.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler.
Tenemos un montón de misiones
And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way
secundarias que podemos hacer, ¿vale? Pero un montón, vamos a ver. Mercancía laboral de la moneda. Fíjate, tío. Deshazte la guardia del almacén. Altera el registro del barco. Esto tenemos que hacerlo. Encuentra el contrabandista. Interroga al contrabandista. Espérate. ¿Qué me estás contando? Vamos, esto es por aquí, ¿no? Ahí está. Bueno, vámonos. Los registre que...
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Los documentos están aquí, ¿no? Donde sea. Tienes que hacerlo con sigilo o perderás tu reputación. No. Está dura, ¿eh? Madre mía. Mira, tranquilo. ¿No puedo abrirlo? No tiene habilidad para forzar cerraduras. Quizás hazlo de forma que... hazlo de forma que no te descubran. Porque si te descubren te van a quitar toda tu... el prestigio, algo así decía, ¿no? Esto no voy a poder abrir ni de coña, ¿no? Sí puedo, hostia. Cojonudo. Aquí hay algo más. Esto, forzar cerradura no tengo. Ahora sí eso, nivel 1, como es nivel 1, ahora sí eso lo vemos, ¿vale?
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Este es el registro del barco, había está alterado. Ya está alterado, ¿vale? Ya tengo también... Vamos a ver, un momentito. Vamos a ver si yo puedo subir aquí los puntos a esto. Habilidades. Pero el de cerradura no lo tengo yo para... Éxtasis. Permite hacer las trampas y tal, ¿no? Es que el de la cerradura era este, ¿no? No. Tienes que daño mágico, esto no es. Danza de la sombra. Magia divina. Trampas. Tío, para moverlo es complicado, tío. No sé, trampas rápidas, no. ¿Y esto qué era? Bomba. Arma ungida, no. Curación mágica, no. Estallido la sombra, a ver qué es esto. Cometida relámpago. ¿Cuál era el de la...? No, los atributos, eran atributos, ¿no? Sí, estos, joder. Eran estos, me estaba equivocando. Poder mental, voluntad 1, precisión. Los talentos. Carisma. Vigor, artesanía. Intuición. Este era. Necesito un punto. No lo tengo. Vale. Vale, pero ya nos vamos quedando un poquito con la copla, cómo va el tema, ¿vale? Cómo va el rollo. Vale, por aquí no había nada, ¿no? No. ¿Y por aquí se puede salir, harto? No. Te dice que salga. A ver. Vale, yo entré por aquí. Luché ahí, efectivamente. Hay que abrir esto, ¿eh? Hay que abrir esto.
If you wore a Naught uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
¿Se prepara una bebida?
If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Cuidado, vamos a tener que luchar, ¿eh?
Are you the smuggler that the Naughts arrested?
You massacred all these guards just to ask me that question? You must really be in a hurry to get out of the city.
Answer me, please.
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Naughts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
Libéralo.
Come on now. Let me out. You promised. Please. Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
Prometido es deuda. Venga, vámonos. Ya, me tiene un poquito loco el tema este del mapeado. De encontrar las cosas, tío, porque, vamos a ver. Esto es aquí, hostia, hay que hacer un montón de cosas secundarias, ¿eh? Pero un montón, ¿eh? Esto era de los guardias del almacén que ya luché antes contra ellos. Supongo que me volverán a salir.
To my help, and death to the others!
Oh, puta. Cabrón. ¿Dónde están? Vale. No teníamos que hacer esto aquí. No tendríamos que haberlo hecho, pero bueno. Aquí creo que no había que hacer nada, tío. Y tu habilidad de forzar cerradura es nula. Evidentemente, sí. ¿Ves? Por aquí no había que hacer nada. Aquí me metí en un sitio. Bueno, pero a ver si podemos... Estar por este lado. No, tampoco, tío. Tampoco. Todo esto podemos evitarlo. Y seguir para adelante, pero todavía no quiero hacer eso. Quiero seguir. Pues mira, pues subiendo un poquito de nivel, pues esto es un RPG, coño. Venga.
The warehouse is off limits.
Sigan caminando. Intuición no tengo, tío. Insistir.
Can't you make an exception?
No, sorry, sir. Move along, please. Now.
Very well, I'm going.
No me puedo marchar, ¿no, tío?
Orders haven't changed, you know. No one passes.
Tengo intuición, tío.
Very well, I'm going.
¿Habrá que entrar por detrás o qué? Esto es por donde entré yo antes. No me va a dejar abrir esto, ¿no? No me deja abrirlo, tío. A ver. No, esto no me deja. Es que no te deja salir, tío. Es la cosa. Trampa de veneno, resina. No me van a dejar pasar a estos tíos. No me van a dejar almacenes de los nautas.
Orders haven't changed, you know.
Vale. Vamos a admitirlo.
Very well, I'm going.
Pero no me deja pasar para ni siquiera por aquí. No me deja pasar ni siquiera por ahí.
Very well, I'm going.
Vale, voy a necesitar intuición. Bueno, nos tenemos que ir a otro lado. ¿Por aquí se puede subir? Espérate. Ahí hay algo, no he cogido mierda, pero bueno. A ver, ¿me dejará pasar? Ah, mira, mira, mira. Mira, mira. He pasado. Ya he pasado, chato. No habrá que hacer ruido. No, no me deja. Sí, sí, me deja. Bien.
Damnation. We've been found. I told you that the smuggler was not worthy of our trust.
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition, then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true.
We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Muy bien. No son herejes, solamente publicaron su investigación.
Research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Muy bien.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
Bueno. Proponerle hablar con el embajador.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Vale, quédese aquí que volveré. Bueno, eso creo. Todas las trampas, tío. Esto tengo que ver yo cómo funciona. Por aquí no puedo salir, ¿verdad? Bueno, no, pero la liamos parda, claro, me descubren y la liamos parda. Evidentemente por ahí no te puedo dejar salir. Hay un montón de misiones, ¿eh? Es que hay secundarias. ¡Uy! Secundaria de secundaria. Esto me lo dejé antes, ¿eh? Esto me lo dejé yo ahí antes, ¿eh? Barrio del puerto. A ver, un momentito. Esto es lo que quedaba ahí. Vale. Desastre de los guardias. Eso da igual. De todas formas. Tendría que ir hasta aquí. Embajada, tía. Hasta ahí tengo que ir.
Captain, Sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Vale.
Well now, can we get going?
You're going to have to wait.
Hostia, ¿por aquí no me dejan pasar? Sí, sí me dejan pasar. Cuidado, cuidado, ¿Puedo abrir aquí? No, no me deja, vale, Voy poquito a poco, pero vamos a ir... Todo lo que puedo hacer lo voy haciendo, ¿vale? Mira, aquí me dice que... Ahí hay algo, ¿vale? Vamos a hacerlo. ¿Pero qué hay que hacer aquí? Vamos a ver. Espérate, espérate, no entiendo. ¿Qué había que hacer aquí en la mesa de trabajo? ¡Ah! Prepara una bebida con somnífero. Somnífero. Hostia. Si no tengo ciencia, ¿no? De bestia. A mí no me va a dejar. Bebida adulterada. Poción de sueño. Necesito más cosas y ciencia además necesito. O sea, no me va a dejar hacerla. ¿Vale? No me va a dejar hacer. Hostia, tengo aquí... Gabán de marinero. Y esta tío es la hostia de la coraza. ¿Qué necesito? Constitución 1, claro. Bueno, vamos a dejarlo ahí. Vamos a entrar aquí, a ver qué quiere aquí. Quiere aquí. Hay que hablar con el de la taberna. Completar misiones.
Hello, Your Excellency. It is an honor.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
How is business going these days?
Esto ya lo hemos preguntado ya antes. Esto ya lo hemos preguntado antes. Constantin.
For my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
Vale.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Vamos a pagarlo.
Here you are, to cover your expenses.
Excellent. Honest books makes for honest friendships. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not
Vale, Lisión sonda los blandos.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint? Anything else?
Preguntar sobre... No, no, vamos.
I need to be off.
Goodbye.
Venga, vamos. Vale, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. ¿Y esto qué era? Vale. ¿Esto?
The furniture is
Ah.
in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels. Once done, we can make them.
No vamos a arreglar nada porque ya está... Y necesito ciencia para hacer esa poción, con lo cual no voy a poderlo hacer. Vale, tenemos que subir para arriba. Y hablar con el embajador este, ¿no?
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus, the founder of the mythical Teleme. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
Vale, perfecto. Informa a los historiadores. Tengo que volver, ¿vale? Alianza del Puente... Vale.
I need to be going.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
Vale, informa al
I'm
embajador.
not the only one with a tender heart.
Informa al embajador de Telem.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Informar la huida de los herejes. Hostia. Informar de la huida.
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek to slay-
Ya se han pirado.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Contarle la verdad. Vamos a mentir, no, tío. Y no la vamos a liar.
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
Vale, perfecto. Café errática. Herética, eso. Reputación 1, vale. Preguntar sobre... Declaraciones... Este está hecho. Vamos a preguntar por tele en un momento.
About Teleme.
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is... We follow the teachings of Mateus.
Ya está, ya lo hemos visto. Esto lo hemos visto ya, ¿vale?
But they're different.
Vale, nos vamos.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
Venga. Muy bien, estamos ya en nivel 3, ¿vale? Vale, ¿qué hay por aquí? Embajada, la Alianza, taberna... A ver. Tengo que ir aquí. Esta es la misión principal, ¿no? Descubre... Vale. Vamos ya a la taberna, ¿vale? Que no sé de qué coño... Ah, lo de la bebida, ¿no? Que preparo una bebida, ya que necesito... Necesito varias cosas. Vamos por aquí. ¿Qué lo veis aquí, tío? Vale, cojonudo. ¿Esto está cerrado? Está cerrado. ¿Y esto con la X? Un momento. Sí. Vámonos. Me han mandado munición, lo cual está bastante bien. A ver. Esto no. Esta. Los almacenes antiguos, no, más para abajo.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Preguntar sobre el automate.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet.
Cumplido 25, dice. Vale.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Vale, ¿podemos hablar? ¿Podemos salir por aquí? Sí. Vamos a ver.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Lo han raptado.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you, the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mess too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Muy bien.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Encuentra e interroga a los testigos. Hay más testigos, ¿vale? Vamos por aquí. A ver, ¿qué nos cuenta este?
The Malachor is slowly killing our city. More and more businesses are...
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Vamos a ver.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table.
Muy bien. Preguntarle por el
I'm looking
secuestro.
for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water. Anything else?
Preguntar sobre... No. Vale.
I need to be off.
Vamos a ver ese de las cartas. Ese grupier este, ¿no? O el parroquiano. O sea, tiene enfermedad, tío, el pavo, ¿no?
Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago.
Oh, estos me van a atacar.
Establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Vale. ¿Qué ocurrió aquella
Tell me
noche?
what happened that evening. A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Bueno, Pedir más información.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Eso tiene pinta de que me van a atacar los que hay detrás,
Wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
Vale. Encuentra y enfréntate con los secuestradores, ¿vale? Encuentra y enfréntate, ¿vale? Vamos a intentarlo. Están en la embajada, no te lo pierdas, tío. Están aquí. Están por aquí.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Entre usted, por favor. La señora le va a atender. La señora. Vale, vamos a subir entonces, ¿no? El cuadro, tío, qué guapo, ¿eh? Vamos a pararnos en lo que nadie se para a mirar, ¿eh? Fíjate qué cuadro, tío. Está muy guapo, ¿eh? Gracias, tío. Vamos a ver esto un poquito mejor. Espectacular, tío, el juego, ¿eh? Como se ve, ¿eh? Está súper bien ambientado, eso sí. A ver, vamos a poner la luz. No, aquí no me deja poner la luz. No puedo atacar ni siquiera aquí, ¿eh?
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Hostia, era su hijo.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Tío, vámonos antes que venga el Fontaine, ¿eh? Vámonos. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. ¿A dónde nos va a llevar esto? Aquí hay otra misión por aquí. ¿Puedo abrirlo? Pues sí. Perfecto. Esa era la principal, esa no la vamos a hacer. Aprende sobre los contratos de los nautas. Esto está aquí. Momentito. Tenemos esa. Tenemos esta que es la de la taberna, lo de hacer el encuentro este que era para los guardias, ¿no? No tengo ciencia. Necesito un punto, tío. A ver si consigo subirlo, tío. Joder.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even
Lo cedieron según un contrato, ¿vale? Marinero, ¿no? Para que trabajara en el barco.
Hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child, and ever since he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Vale, preguntar sobre los nautas. No voy a preguntar. Descubre dónde está detenido.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Nort?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
Contrato.
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship.
Hostia, hay que devolverlo al barco.
There's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling
Que hay que
his own son
devolverle.
for a few boat rides. For
Vale, hay que pedirle más información. Sí, 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 sí.
I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
Preguntar sobre el futuro papel en la isla,
What will
sí.
be your official title on Tier 3D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. What will be your official
Vale,
title?
Vale, 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 vale.
I need to be leaving.
Nos vamos. Miren lo que hay aquí, oye, que no lo hemos cogido. ¿Se puede coger? Vamos.
Greetings. I hope your day will be better than mine.
Joder, venga, vamos. Nota de atención a lo de la
This
sirvienta.
document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Descubre la forma de ayudar a John a este, ¿no? Venga. Aquí hay algo. Venga, vamos. Aquí, ¿no?
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone.
Almacena de la familia Fontaine.
Let's just try to
Coño.
remain discreet.
Bueno, aquí se puede bajar.
Sir
ver.
Desade, what are you doing here?
Vamos a tener que luchar.
Your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us.
Que lleva un sombrero de navegante, de viajante, creo que era, ¿no?
Staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
Intentar razonar con él.
You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent.
Hostia, fracaso.
You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
Hablarle de lo que le ha enseñado el Lord. Venga.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness will be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Vale, pues ya podemos salvarlo, ¿no? La garra de... ¿Me atacarán o no? Coño, espérate que aquí no es, ¿eh? Espérate. Esto es por aquí dentro, ¿no? Esto es grandísimo, tío. Enorme, ¿no? El grumete.
Who are you? My name is the Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Vale. Dice que se despida de su madre, ¿eh? Antes de ir al barco, coño, por lo menos se despidiera, ¿no? Vamos a echar un vistazo por aquí. Claro, aquí hay cositas, tío. No tengo, tío. Poder de cerradura. Mierda. Vale, pero esto... No, ya me da la opción de poder subir por aquí. Vamos a hacerlo por aquí. Vamos a hacerlo por aquí. Porque por allí no hemos visto nada nuevo. Y aquí había una subida, ¿vale? A ver qué encontramos por aquí. ¿Va a dónde nos lleva esto? Seren. Vale, hay que informar al capitán, ¿no? Vámonos. Pero aparte de eso, el capitán había que hacer otra cosita, ¿no? Esta es la principal. Esta es la de la poción. Tío, que no tengo ciencia. No tengo ciencia, que no tengo ciencia. Pero era para dormir a los guardias, creo. Era para darle algo a los guardias. No, ni lo necesito, creo. La secundaria se ha quedado muy atrás, ¿no? Pues es que creo que ni lo necesito. Venga, informamos.
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Vale, me da aquí una experiencia obtenida, reputación. A ver, preguntar por nada. Venga, vámonos.
Be back soon, Captain.
3 puntos de habilidad y un punto de atributo. Venga, pues mira, vamos a hacer lo siguiente. A ver si puedo conseguir lo de ciencia, tío. Lo que pasa es que necesitaría... Lo de ciencia no voy a poder. Mierda, tío. 3 puntos de atributo. Venga, vamos a meter en la constitución. Para poder llevar ya la armadura guapa. Que se me la voy a poner ahora mismo. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver, vamos a ver. La armadura guapa era... la armadura chula era esta. Esta, tío. 67, tío. Se mete bien, pero... Bestia, ¿eh? 67 de armadura, ¿eh? Cojonudo. Ya ves estos guantes. 31. Me dicen más armadura. Resistencia elemental. Además me interesa esa más. 37, tío. Quita, 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 que me pongo esto. 37, ni más ni menos. Estos también. ¿Tengo algo más para acá o no? Y sombreritos no, ¿no? Sí tengo, pero bueno, no son mejores. Esto... 19, el martillo. ¿Cómo? Necesito agilidad, tío. Un florete bueno, 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 ¿eh? Punto insuficiente, agilidad, claro. Vale. 3 puntos de habilidad. A ver, 3 puntos de habilidad. Habilidades. No, armas pesadas de una mano. Voy a aumentar el daño de la pistola, me parece a mí, ¿no? ¿O qué? ¿O hacemos esto? Vamos a subir esto. Acero cruel. Aumenta el daño de las armas blancas. Venga, vamos a meterle. Un patadón fuerte, ya no me queda más. Vale, vamos a subir eso, ¿vale? Como tengo una espada ahora mismo, una espada. Luego podemos subir también el tema de... Este ya está. Me da la munición principal. Porque lo de la ciencia no voy a poderlo hacer. Eso de la ciencia no lo voy a poder hacer. Y aquí había esto, que yo para mí que era para darle la poción. Y me voy a quedar con la gana de abrir un montón de cosas también. Por no tener la habilidad de abrir cerraduras, vaya. Este momento, esto, un momentito, un momentito. No me van a dejar pasar, ni mucho menos. Ni voy a poder luchar contra ellos. Intuición, insistir. Muy bien, me marcho. Eso era para entrar, ¿vale? Yo ya he entrado, yo le he hecho eso. Ahí se va a quedar como secundaria. No me interesa ya, la verdad. Estos son los que yo me cargué. Estos son los que yo me cargué al principio, ¿eh? Efectivamente. Que salté por aquí, ¿no? Por ahí salté, sí. Vale, no me van a dejar pasar. Uño. No me dejan luchar.
orders haven't...
Very well, I'm going.
Da lo de menos. Vamos a poner ya la misión principal. Que es buscar a Constantín, al primo, ¿no? O el que parece ser el primo. Bueno, por aquí no es. ¿Por aquí se puede? No. Por ahí no se puede. ¿Por aquí se puede pasar? No. Vale. A ver. ¿Quiero pasar por aquí? Esto no voy a poderlo usar tampoco porque teníamos que hacer esto. Y no tengo ciencia, es que no tengo ciencia. Dice bebida adulterada. Hongo. Híspido. No tengo poción de sueño. Tacos metálicos. Necesito artesanía, que no la tengo. Por lo tanto, eso no lo voy a poder ni hacer, ¿vale? Ni la artesanía ni el tema de la ciencia, ¿vale? Pues me he escogido un personaje que es guerrero, entre otras cosas. Lo que hay aquí. Vale, pues todo. Constantin Dorsey.
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Libera Constantin, vale, pues vamos ya. Había aquí un... Aquí. Sí, que he visto yo, me ha parecido ver un... Por aquí no se puede. Habrá que saltar, ¿no? Ahora allá abajo. Venga, pues vamos.
It's blocked. It's not possible just now.
Destruir. Joder, nivel 1 de ciencia y trampa, de daño elemental. Joder. Que hay que poner ahí algo, ¿no? A ver, trampa elemental. ¿Tengo yo eso? Trampa elemental. Esto es lo que no sé cómo coño tengo que... Alcanzar el guarido de la moneda antes de partir. Bebida adulterada, Prepara una bebida con somnífero. La gran salida. Destruir nivel 1. Ahora no es posible, no lo tengo, no tengo esa opción. Y esto está bloqueado. Oh. Vale, pues me dice que... A ver, aquí hay una entrada y aquí tiene que haber otra. Detección de enemigos.
This man is going to bring the guard out if he keeps shouting like that. We should have gotten rid of him.
Don't be an idiot. It's obvious that he's a noble, a rich man. He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some corn. With all those posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later.
A ver, a ver.
Rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out or gag him. To my help. And death.
Joder, me han visto, coño. Chao. ¿Cómo mete el martillo,
Things are about to get dicey.
De cómo mete el martillo, Ya. Martillo mete también bien, Coño. Una llave. Guarida de los maleantes. Está arriba, ¿no? Esto va a ser la parte de abajo. Seguro, ¿no? Efectivamente, mira. Esto va a ser la parte de abajo que ya tenemos ya. ¿Veis?
It's not possible just now.
Muy bien. Está abierta, ¿vale? Llave de los criminales de Seren. Trampa de veneno. No sé eso cómo se... Que eso es para fabricarlo, entiendo. Son componentes, ¿no? Para fabricarlo, no son las trampas tal cual, ¿no? Nadie, ¿no? Cojonudo. Nada más por aquí, nada más por allá, ¿no? Voy a encender la luz que tengo, esa lucecita que tengo. Pues ya tengo la llave. Vámonos.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern?
Ya nos podemos ir si queremos.
Sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress. Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fight.
Well, I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment.
Esta marca en la cara tiene algún tipo de vinculación con la isla, ¿no? Con lo que hay en la con lo que encontramos en la isla, ¿vale? Equipo de los compañeros, ¿vale? Tú le podéis dando cositas, ¿no?
How these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship.
Yeah.
An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Tiene buenos guantes el jodido, Los guantes tiene, tío. Dios. Ya está, ¿no? Muy bien, ya tienes tu ropa. Y ahora hemos visto este lado, hemos visto este otro. Este no lo he visto. Efectivamente. Ya ve la celda de Constantín, pero bueno, ya tenía ahí llaves por todos lados, ¿no? Alto, ahí esto no lo he visto. Ya podemos partir, ¿vale? Como el que dice, ¿eh? Ya nos podemos largar. Esto es lo que nos queda, tío. Mesa de trabajo, tío. No sé cómo coño conseguir. Es que no tengo... No tengo puntos, es que no tengo puntos para hacerlo. Es que no tengo, vamos. Que no es que no quiera, que es que no tengo. Además necesito un componente que haga una seta. Que tampoco la tengo. Hay un componente que por lo visto es una seta. No tengo ni papa, no sé si se la puedo comprar a algún mercader. Pero es que luego, aparte de eso, necesito ciencia. Para poderlo hacer. Yo voy de guerrero, no tiene ciencia. Por lo tanto, yo sé si pasar... Vamos, voy a meterme aquí a ver si está el hongo ese que... Vamos.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Been anything to your liking? What might I help you?
Voy a comprarte... A ver si tiene... No, este tío no tiene. A ver, trampa esta sí. Y además que es que no te deja comprar la poción tampoco, ¿no? Poción de salud. Poción de equilibrio. Poción de poder. Resina. Mineral. A ver si... Rúsula. Esta no era. A ver si era este. Voy a comprar la rúsula esta. Hongo y esquero también por si acaso. Pero estoy en que no era ni uno de esos. Pero como ponía algo de hibisco. Y ya de paso. Acá estamos aquí. Si así te puedo comprar opciones de salud. O sea, ¿sabes lo que te digo, no? Te las voy a comprar. Está clarísimo. Botella de brandy. Poción del sueño, esto no. No me jodas que puedo utilizarlo aquí sin necesidad de... Que no me digas que podía comprarlo aquí. No, no era poción del sueño, era otra cosa. No era poción del sueño. Bebida adulterada era. Bebida adulterada, ya decía yo. Digo, no puede ser que la haya comprado aquí directamente. Vamos a ver. Es bebida adulterada. Claro, necesitas ciencia. Ya tengo, tío, la botella de brandy. Y la poción del sueño, que la tenía... Ah, necesitaba una poción del sueño, pero necesito nivel de ciencia, nivel 1.
May the disease never afflict you, Your Excellency.
Vale, se va a quedar sin hacer esa, creo. Pero bueno. Ciencia, nivel 1. Ciencia. ¿Dónde está lo de la ciencia? 。 Es este. Requisitos. Te permite fabricar pociones. Punto restante, 0. Punto gastado, 1. Siguiente punto. Nivel 5. Hostia, hasta nivel 5 no me lo dan. Por lo tanto, ¿sabéis lo que os digo? Que nos vamos ya, ¿eh?
Sir? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Preguntar sobre... No.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
Marcharte, de todas formas no voy a poder subir de nivel. Si es que no tengo, a ver. Vamos a ver, quedarme.
Quite right. I do have a thing or two to put in order.
Then be quick with it. There isn't much time left before the tide rolls out.
Espérate, vamos a intentar luchar. No sé, a ver si puedo subir a nivel 5 y pillo ciencia, ¿no? Y le hago todas las secundarias. Pero claro, para eso tengo que luchar contra la peña, ¿no? Alguien que me quiera luchar. Es luchar por luchar, ¿no? Porque de otra forma no puedo subir de nivel, ¿no? Estos no me van a querer luchar, evidentemente. Estos los de antes me los cargué aquí, ¿eh? A ver. No me jodas, tío. Me he metido esto. No me van a querer luchar, evidentemente. Ni yo les voy a atacar, vamos, tampoco, no viene a cuento, vamos. Esto no quiere luchar. ¿No puedo abrir esto? ¿Este? Venga, vamos. Coño. Esto me da mi... ¿Qué va, tío? Si no he subido ni nada. Subido de nivel, ¿no? Vamos a ver, vamos a subir. A ver, quitarse de medio momento. Ah, esto era lo de antes. Venga, hombre. Quitaros de en medio, tío. Vale, pero esto no me permite subir. No sé, por hacer esa misión subí a nivel 5, pero... Mira, es tontería. Digo yo creo que esto es tontería. Vámonos ya para allá, ¿no? Vámonos ya de aquí. Tampoco hay que hacer todas las secundarias, ¿no? Y no... Aquí hay un combate gracioso. Que a ver si lo superamos antes de zarpar. Y lo vamos a ver ahora, ¿vale? Venga, vámonos.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
Venga, que nos vamos.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
Sígame, perfecto.
To discover Tir Freddy. My isle.
Prepara una bebida de somnífero. Al final, fuera.
The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
Aquí hay un combate, ¿vale? Vamos a ver la primera criatura de la isla, vamos. Poción de salud. Venga, vamos allá. A ver cómo se nos da esto.
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need roofs! We must contain it!
La criatura que transportaban.
Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Me parece a mí que... Toma. Vamos a dar base de bien. Hostia. Toma. Cuidado, 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 cuidado. Venga, sale a la muerte. Hostia. Hecho. Muy guapo, ¿eh? Esa escena del disparo lo puse yo en mi tráiler de presentación del juego. De cuando que iba a jugarlo, ¿vale? Y sale también en el tráiler.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
No hace mucho daño el arma de fuego, ¿vale? Reinicia el progreso del personaje. El cristal de memoria te permite redistribuir todos los puntos. Cristal de memoria, tío, no puedo olvidar eso, ¿eh? Si estoy nivel 4, todavía no he subido al 5. Vale. La criatura de ahí. Y bueno, en este barco no creo que vayamos ahí, ¿no? Está reventado, ¿no? Está ya más reventado que... Vamos a ver. Capitán, necesitamos otra opción, ¿no? ¿Por dónde, eh? ¿Por aquí? Otro barco diferente.
Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth.
No me he enterado si el barco era de Vasco o era un barco mercante tal cual. Que transportaba a la bestia, de verdad. Entiendo que sí, que lo era así. Bueno, el caso es que nos vamos ya para la isla destino del juego.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready her to wear. Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
Y bueno, Ya hemos acabado lo que es el prólogo del juego en sí, vamos. Más que nada era un prólogo del juego. Y ahora se va a ver directamente lo que es la llegada a la isla. Y lo vamos a dejar por aquí, ¿vale? Muy bien.
What a charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... Indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you are quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Naughts. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that will be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
No, not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are!
To your health.
Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service for a while.
Vale. Organización del equipo. Podemos poner abajo. Compañía de equipo 2. Atributos, agilidad, precisión. Nivel de relación sospechosa. Añadir al grupo. Por supuesto. Me da un punto de habilidad y un punto de talento, ¿vale?
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Desarde, can I do anything for you?
Sí está enfadado contigo. ¿Cómo se convirtió en nauta?
As you may have guessed, I am sea-given. I was given to the Naughts when I was a little child, for a reason I ignored. I think I was originally from the congregation, but I have no memory of my family.
I took my first steps on the deck of a ship. That's all I can remember.
Otro niño de los que fueron, digamos, obligados por los contratos, ¿no?
Do you still resent the fact that I called your ship a boat?
No, it has nothing to do with that. Nobility makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry if I was rude.
Preguntarle si tu atractivo, tía.
I can't blame you. Most nobles are tiresome. I hope that I've managed to change this poor first impression of me.
You have? I was wrong about you. You are different. I should have realized that sooner. I hope you can forgive my manners. It was foolish of me. Did you want anything else?
¿Cómo se convirtió en nauta? Nada más, ¿vale?
I must leave you.
Muy bien, pues vamos a dejarlo por aquí, ¿vale? Tengo un punto de habilidad, un punto de talento y día tenerlo que medir muy bien para ir haciendo misiones. No voy a hacer nada, de hecho. Me las voy a guardar, me las voy a guardar. Bueno, las de habilidad sí podría, pero me las voy a guardar, ¿vale? No voy a hacer nada de momento. Cuando me vean apuro y diga, hostia, no puedo. En ese caso empezaremos a hacer cosillas así, ¿vale? La primera misión principal que me dice es Palacio del Gobernador. Encuentra a Constantín en el palacio, ¿vale? En principio, así que nos vamos a ir dando un rulo y cositas. Esto será viaje a otro lado, supongo, ¿no? Viajar, efectivamente. Tiene que ser bastante grande la isla, la verdad. Pero vamos a ir viéndola poco a poco. Esto me está gustando, o sea, que no te abra el mapa enorme, sino que vayas tú descubriéndolo poco a poco. Me está gustando bastante, ¿vale? Lo que sí iré cambiando, eso sí, será el tema de... Mira, ahí tengo la luz encendida, apagada. El tema de los trajes, las armas y esas cosillas, ¿vale? Se ve muy guapo, la verdad. El movimiento un poquito, no sé, tosco en el tema del mando, un poquito ortopédico a veces. Se acelera demasiado y te hace unos cambios muy raros. Corre de una forma muy anormal. Pero no es normal, vamos. Anormal. ¿Veis? Pero hace unos frenazos muy raros. Pero bueno, no está mal el juego, la verdad que no está mal. Tenía ganas de jugarlo. Vamos a jugar el juego, vamos a jugar también el DLC después, ¿vale? O a la vez, ya veré. Ya veré. Porque hay juegos que tienes que jugar el DLC incluso antes de habértelo acabado. Porque si no, tienes que volver a dar una nueva vuelta al juego. Así que ya lo investigaré y ya iré viendo. A ver, me dejan entrar aquí normalmente. Zona reservada para nauta, no se puede entrar. Eso provocaría la mejor confrontación, ¿no? ¿Ves? Actúa con discreción o te atacarán, ¿vale? Eso está claro. Bueno, ya iremos. Se ve muy guapo, ¿eh? Se ve muy guapo. Y una mezcla, tío, de muchos juegos. Sí, me recuerda a los Assassin's Creed. Sobre todo al Black Flag, tío. La forma esta del tema de los marineros, ¿no? Me recuerda también, ¿por qué no? En su esencia, en su esencia en sí, al RPG puro. Al The Witcher, ¿no? También. Cómo se ve, tío. Se ve muy bien, ¿eh? Se ve bastante bien. Habla con el contramaestre en el cuartel de la Guardia de la Moneda de Nueva Serena. A los soldados, tío. A los soldados como se ven, tío. Se ve cojonudo, vamos. La mejora es bestial con respecto a las consolas básicas, ¿eh? Es bestial la mejora. Pues nada, espero que haya gustado. Vamos a seguir dándole este Greedfall y a muchos más. Muchos juegos medieval y muchos juegos de todo tipo, pero sobre todo los que no he jugado antes y sí quería jugar, que eran los juegos de medieval, de fantasía medieval. Pues nada, lo dicho. Espero que haya gustado y nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo.